Hi, this is Luke from Crocker Farm Auction, and I wanted to talk about perhaps the most influential 19th century stoneware potter that most collectors have never heard of, and that's David Parr. He began his pottery in 1812 with his brother Elisha. There's a signed example by him right here. Most Baltimore potters that we know today, Baltimore stoneware potters that we remember, began their career around the start of the War of 1812. That's when Baltimore really had to shift from being dependent on imported wares like fine English pottery to really self-sufficient and make their own pottery. So the most noted potter who came to Baltimore in 1812 was Henry Remy, and he influenced the Baltimore stoneware style. But anyway, David Parr, he started out as an earthenware potter, and by 1815 he was making stoneware with a partner, James Burland. Now, this piece was probably made at the beginning of David Parr's tenure in Baltimore, right around the beginning, in the 18-teens. You can see the crude slip trail decoration right here. Now, by the end of David Parr's life, when he died in 1832, he was making elaborate brush decorations like this crock right here. Now, the thing is, people knew about this stoneware. It's very prolific with this elaborate brush tulip decoration. And you can see Elisha Parr, his pottery was less successful, but it's a very similar style. But everybody attributed it to southern Pennsylvania. And it really took a lot of work to figure out what David Parr was making and to attribute this type of stoneware to him. But he, through very few signed examples, he signed a few, maybe about 4 examples are known in the Parr and Burland partnership. That was from 1815 to 1822. But that's it. So we had to use capacity marks. You can see this 2 right here, the serrated capacity mark, this 4-gallon capacity mark right here, to extrapolate and figure out what David Parr was making. But he never signed anything during his lifetime that I knew of. Now this flask right here, it's in our March 3rd Stoneware and Redware auction. By the way, this picture's in that auction as well. I'm using these other 2 as illustration. This is signed David Parr. It's the first piece I had ever come across. And you can see the vibrant cobalt decoration. You can see his name here, David Parr. It's dated right here, May 1823. And then on this side as well, David Parr, May, I think it's 5th, 1823. The vibrant cobalt decoration is very similar to this piece right here in the firing. And the thing is, David Parr is most known, actually, collectors know of his nephew, David Parr Jr. He went down to Richmond and he carried this style that began at the pottery of his uncle David Parr with these elaborate tulip decoration. People that Parr trained, John Shinnick, he's one, went throughout Virginia and Alexandria and the Shenandoah Valley of Virginia and carried this elaborate brushed floral decoration. Even in western Pennsylvania, James Hamilton carried this elaborate brushed floral decoration. And Henry Glazier, he was trained in Baltimore, he carried that to southern Pennsylvania as well. So this brushed cobalt floral decoration that really was just exploded at the Parr pottery. I mean, he must have gotten a deal on cobalt because he went very crazy with his decorations. It spread out throughout the Mid-Atlantic region, and David Parr, for some reason, did not like to sign his pottery, so nobody really knew that his influence was so great. But I was just very excited to find this flask, and after years of research to have a signed example, and we're excited to speak about David Parr today.